can't do it. Kicks it back out to Christian Stone. Stone has the ball, passes it to Alex Perry. Perry almost loses it, able to get it back out of bounds. Mack tries to steal. Perry drives in. Nothing there, and they're going to get him with a travel. He got distracted, I think, when Dondre came in with that sudden quickness, and he turned to drive and drug his feet instead. As we're going to have a quick check-in now as Ghost comes into the game to give Dondre Mack a rest. So, here we go again. 3:43 to go. 47-42 for Charlotte. John Compton has the ball now, center court. Waiting on a screen. Nothing opening up for him. Goes ready to set one. Compton has the ball. Feeds it over to Eli Starnes in the corner. Starnes brings it back over to Dean. Dean feeds to Ghost. Goes cross court to Starnes. Starnes swings it over to Compton. Compton gives it to the streaking Dean. No shot there. Dean throws it up. Air ball. Rebound. Christian Stone. Stone gets the ball back to Logan Rogers. Again, big pressure by Compton. Compton reaches in, not able to knock it away. Of course, he can't play too aggressively right now with 4 fouls. Rogers drives inside, pulls back out, runs into Eli Starnes. No foul either way. And the pass goes out to Gerald Robinson. Robinson getting pressured at the half-court line by Dean. Forced to dribble around in a circle, brings it back out again. Now Hensley picks him up. Nothing showing. Now Compton forces a trip, and they're going to call a kick. And it's going to stay for Charlotte. So 2:44 to go in the game. 47-42. Port Charlotte leads. As Rogers takes the inbound pass back across center court. Immediate pressure by Eli Starnes. There's nothing there. Eli's all over him again. Down to 2:30 to go in the game. Eli's on him, and they're finally going to get Starnes with a reach. That was going to happen sooner or later. Starnes was guarding him really closely, doing a really good job. Just kind of got a little too close there. So now we're going to have Logan Rogers back at the line. And this is not what Gay City needs. They've led almost a minute right off the clock, and now Port Charlotte has the opportunity to make 2 more.
Chris, what is
shots up and good.
What is the foul situation? Are they in the bonus? Is that correct?
Oh, they are. Gay City has 10 fouls compared to only 4 for Port Charlotte.
Gotcha.
Second shot's up and good. Hensley passes in to Dean. Dean brings it across center court, looking to score quickly. Passes over to Compton. Compton for 3. Good. And we're going to have a Gate City timeout. It's going to be a full one. Let's take that timeout with them.
You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000. And they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
All right, so we're going to send it back Chris's way. 49-45, 2:18 left in the ball game. Chris, take it away.
This has definitely been a tale of 2 halves for Gate City. They dominated the first half, and they've let Port Charlotte claw their way back in, but they're not done fighting yet. As Port Charlotte looking to inbound, full court pressure by Gate City. They finally get the ball in to Christian Stone, and it's going to be a quick foul by Dakota Howe. He and Dondre check back in on that timeout. So I guess in effort to keep the clock from running off, they had to foul quickly. But the problem is that's going to put Christian Stone on the line now, shooting 1-1. They're actually going to be getting into the double bonus now. So they'll be shooting 2 this time as Andrew Hensley's set to check back in. First shot's up by Stone, and it's good. George checking back in, Compton checking back in for Gay City. So Mack, Vincent coming out. So Gay City only had 4 players in at the start of that. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Eli Starnes. He brings the ball quickly down, gives it to Hensley. Hensley over to George. George thinks about the three, doesn't quite pull the trigger, tries to pass it to Hensley. Lots of pressure there for number 30, Christian Stone. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Gay City ball on the far sidelines. Very quickly, Hensley feeds it over to Compton. Compton almost back to the half-court line, looking for the play, passes it over to George. George for three. No good. Easy rebound for Alex Perry. There were three Port Charlotte defenders down there waiting on it. No blue inside the paint. Logan Rogers has the ball now back across center court. A lot of pressure from Compton. And they're going to get him with 5 seconds. So it's going to be Gay City ball. I think Logan Rogers had a little mental lapse there. Compton was on him and very quickly trying to catch him off guard. They inbound to Compton. Compton passes it over to Hensley. Hensley gives it back to Compton. Compton to Dean. Dean stumbles. They're going to get him for kicking the ball. It's going to be Port Charlotte basketball. So 1:34 to go. 50-45. Port Charlotte leads. Gerald Robinson passes it in to Logan Rogers. Rogers taking his sweet time till Compton comes up to pressure and gets it across center court. Compton reaches in, no call though, and Eli's forced to foul him to stop the clock with 1:24 to go. So that's going to be 3 on Starnes, and Logan Rogers is going to be at the line once again.
What's the foul shooting situation for? How many have they made and attempted tonight? Port Charlotte.
At halftime they were 3 for 5. But that's gone way up this second half. I haven't had time to get their totals yet. First shot up by Logan Rogers is good. Second shot, in and out. Rebound by Andrew Hensley. Hensley gives it over to Starnes. Starnes feeds it back to Dean. Dean to Hensley. Hensley shoots for 3. No good. And they're going to get David George. Some kind of a defensive foul away from the shot. I honestly didn't see what he did there, but regardless of the fact, Christian Stone's going to be at the line shooting now. So it's 51-45 now. Port Charlotte, 1:14 to go in the game. Shots up and good. And second shot is up. Second shot is no good. Rebound by George. George brings the ball down. Pass it off to Dean. Dean tries to shoot, looking for the foul. Nothing there. Winds up going out of bounds on the air ball. It's going to be for Charlotte basketball. So the quick shots like that, Gay City's got to make them, because as soon as they don't, that's going to transfer into points, though, as Port Charlotte loses the inbound pass. And they're going to get, actually, Gerald Robinson. That's going to be 4 fouls on him trying to pick up the loose ball. It's going to be Gay City ball. So they did get a quick turnover there, but they've got to work around and find their shots and not just throw something up. As Compton has the ball now, right 3-point line, stolen away by Christian Stone. Stone brings it down, looking to dribble out. They're going to have to foul, stop the clock. He gives it over to Logan Rogers. And going to get the quick foul, finally. Well, once they made the pass, they got the foul, and they're not going to assign it to anyone.
It's a free foul night.
Maybe Gay City knocked it out of bounds there. They are 13-17 on free throws tonight, so they've done their work also with that. And the inbound pass intended for Christian Stone looks like it was knocked out of bounds by Eli Starnes, so we'll try it again. Walter Johnson set to inbound it. Lots and lots of pressure from Gay City, and they're going to get him with 5 seconds. Nope, they got the timeout instead. Well, I think one referee signaled the timeout. Yeah, they're going to give him the timeout. It's going to be a 30-second. So right now we've got 52-45. Port Charlotte leads. Gay City's got a couple players now in foul trouble. John Compton's got 4. Hensley has 2. Dean has 2. Reed has 2. George has 3. Sally has 2. But that's just a result of having to stop the clock. Like I said earlier, this Gay City looked unstoppable the first half, and Port Charlotte made some adjustments at halftime, and Gay City's not been able to respond yet. So it's 52-45 now, 45 seconds to go in the game.
Do you think the tempo of what Port Charlotte wanted to do started to wear on Gate City?
Absolutely. I think that Gay City felt like they needed to run with them, and what's happened instead is it's worn Gay City down. They've tried to get the substitutions in, but it's just not worked for Gay City as Dakota Howe picks up his second foul to stop the clock, and Logan Rogers is going to be at the line once again. So, Coach asking if Dean's been getting touched. I think they've wanted a few calls that haven't been there tonight. As Logan Rogers makes a shot. Shot is good. Dondre Mack passes it in to Bradley Dean. Dean trips, turns the ball over to Walter Johnson. Johnson feeds it back to, once again, Logan Rogers. Rogers gives it back down the court. Pass goes away. Intended for Alex Perry. A little scrum on the floor, and Port Charlotte's going to call another timeout. 20 seconds to go, calling a 30-second timeout. 53-45, Port Charlotte leads. So a little bit of frustration now for Gay City. They were wanting to get some of those calls, and the officials weren't going to have any of it. And so, the game's kind of turned once Gay City had to start fouling to stop the clock, which has allowed Port Charlotte to pull away. In reality, it's been a lot closer game than this.
Yeah, of course, Gate City had that 32-21 advantage at halftime. Everything was, like you said, moving smoothly. But it looks like and sounds like that Gate City just got out of their game, and they just kind of run out of steam.
Yeah, Port Charlotte's worn them down. Both teams have made good substitutions. It's just come down right now, I think, to the free throw line as they inbound the ball to Walter Johnson. Johnson, not paying attention, steps across center court after he dribbled. So it's going to be Gay City ball as some wholesale changes come in now with 18 seconds to go. We've got David George in. We've got Jacob Taylor checking in. John Compton back in. Bradley Dean still in, and Andrew Hensley. As very quickly the ball comes into Dean. Dean misdribbles it. Stolen away by Logan Rogers. Rogers looking to burn out the clock now. 10 seconds to go. I think that's going to do it. So your final score, Port Charlotte 53, Gay City 45.
Oh, goodness.
And there's the buzzer. So that is it. 53-45. Port Charlotte with the come-from-behind victory takes it tonight.
All right. Well, we'll give you a chance to rest for a second and, of course, to get our stats together. And, again, appreciate you, Chris, for all that you're doing down there, buddy. And so we'll
I appreciate you sending me down here. Anytime you need me to come to Florida and cover a game, Joe, I'm your man.
All righty. So we'll let you take a quick break. We'll be back here with the James River Advisors post-game show. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
James River Advisor, Inc. is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and not intended for the offer, solicitation, or sale or purchase of securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments do involve risk, unless otherwise stated, is not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with your qualified financial advisor or tax professional before implementing any strategy therein. Past performance is not indicative of future performances. Are you ready to retire? Or are you currently retired and not happy with your investments? Are you looking for a retirement specialist that cares about you and your needs? Look no further than James River Advisors. Our local office in Gate City is managed by Edwin Cox, and he is ready to take care of all of your needs. He believes in establishing long-lasting relationships with his clients based on trust. Edwin is ready to take care of your financial planning needs, college planning, investments, and much, much more. Give him a call today at 276-690-8014. Again, that's 276-690-8014. He's located at 122 East Jackson Street next to Dollar General in Gate City.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
All right, we are back here. We got Chris live at Lemon Bay. I think they're handing out some awards, Chris.
They are, Joe. Not all is not lost for Gate City. Bradley Dean was just awarded the All Shootout